No one expected this. What Princess Léonor whispered before saying yes in Copenhagen. No one saw it coming, not the royal watchers, not the cameras, not even Queen Letizia herself. Yet in the glittering candlelight of Copenhagen's Amalienborg Palace, Princess Léonor of Spain leaned ever so slightly toward Prince Christian of Denmark, her lips barely moving, and whispered something that would send royal fans across Europe into a frenzy. Moments later, she said one word, yes. That whisper changed everything. The fairy tale atmosphere in Copenhagen that evening could have come straight out of a movie. Velvet gowns, military dress uniforms, and a guest list that read like a royal directory of Europe. The occasion was ostensibly a private gala dinner celebrating the Danish royal family's recent milestones, but beneath the polite conversation and champagne toasts, there was a different kind of tension in the air. Rumors had been swirling for weeks that something significant might happen between the future Queen of Spain and Denmark's charming crown prince. And then, it did. A royal friendship turned something more. Princess Léonor, 20, and Prince Christian, 19, have known each other for years, first meeting at royal family gatherings and shared events like the 2022 Jubilee celebrations in the Netherlands. At the time, both were seen simply as young heirs navigating similar pressures. But over the past year, what began as a respectful friendship has blossomed into something far deeper. Sources close to both royal households have hinted that their connection has grown through frequent meetings, shared causes, and long private conversations about duty, freedom, and the future of modern monarchies. Both are fluent in multiple languages, deeply educated, and remarkably poised for their age, but those who have seen them together say there's something else too, chemistry. And nowhere was that more evident than in Copenhagen that night. The moment everyone missed, except one camera. According to guests at the dinner, Léonor and Christian were seated beside each other, an arrangement said to have been carefully approved by both royal households. Throughout the evening, they were seen exchanging quiet glances and soft laughter. But when the music shifted to a slower melody, and Christian stood to offer his hand for a dance, something magical unfolded. An eyewitness described it this way. You could feel the room change. It was as if the whole palace went quiet just to watch them. She looked nervous, he looked calm, and when she whispered something before saying yes, it was clear we were witnessing a private moment in public. The words themselves weren't immediately caught by microphones, but one Danish lip reader later claimed to have deciphered them from the footage aired on local television. Allegedly, Princess Léonor whispered, "If I dance with you, we'll never be just friends again." True or not, the phrase has since gone viral, trending across social media under the hashtag #LeonorWhisper. Fans have turned the moment into romantic edits, memes, and even fan art portraying the pair as the European William and Kate. The whisper heard around the world. Within hours, Spanish and Danish media outlets were flooded with speculation. Was this the start of a royal romance? Were both families aware? And what did the whisper really mean? While neither the Spanish royal house nor the Danish court has confirmed or denied anything, palace insiders hint that this was not an impulsive gesture. Reportedly, the two have kept in close contact since Princess Léonor began her military training at the General Military Academy of Zaragoza, with Prince Christian even visiting discreetly under the guise of a private cultural exchange. It's also worth noting that both monarchies are modernizing, and a potential union between Spain and Denmark, two of Europe's most admired young royals, would not only charm the public but also symbolize a new era of unity among European houses. Behind the glamour, the quiet determination of Léonor. For all the romantic speculation, what makes Princess Léonor stand out is not merely her title or beauty but her deep sense of duty. As the heir to the Spanish throne, she's already taken on military service, completed demanding leadership training, and delivered flawless speeches in multiple languages, all while maintaining a level of grace that has drawn comparisons to her grandmother, Queen Sofia. Those close to her describe Léonor as deeply reflective and sometimes guarded, which makes that whisper in Copenhagen all the more fascinating. For a princess so careful with words, the fact that she said anything at such a charged moment speaks volumes. Some royal commentators have suggested that the whisper wasn't just romantic, it was symbolic. Perhaps it represented Léonor's acknowledgement of how her personal choices might intertwine with her destiny. After all, as the future Queen of Spain, her yes carries far more weight than most. Prince Christian's reaction, a gentleman's gesture. If Léonor's whisper stunned the guests, Prince Christian's response melted hearts. After her whispered words, he didn't push, tease, or respond dramatically. Instead, he simply smiled, that characteristic Danish calm, and extended his hand again, waiting patiently. And when she finally said, yes, their dance became the moment everyone talked about. It wasn't extravagant or rehearsed, it was gentle, respectful, and full of unspoken emotion. The two moved in perfect rhythm, as if they'd been waiting for this exact song all evening. Social media users flooded Twitter and TikTok with comments like, "The way he waited for her to say yes, pure royalty. This is the kind of elegance we've been missing in modern love stories." Even Queen Margrethe was said to have smiled knowingly from across the room. The morning after, Europe reacts. By the next morning, the Spanish tabloids ran with headlines like, "Léonor's yes in Copenhagen shakes Europe," and, "From friendship to fairy tale." Danish papers were more reserved, emphasizing that no official engagement or courtship had been announced, but they couldn't deny the electricity of the moment. In Spain, fans gathered outside Zarzuela Palace with flowers and handwritten notes for the princess, while in Denmark, young admirers trended hashtags like #Christian and Leonor forever. Meanwhile, the European press began to ask the big question, could this be the next great royal love story? What comes next? Neither palace has made a formal statement, but insiders claim both royal families are aware and supportive of the friendship. It's been noted that Princess Léonor will continue her training and education before taking on a larger royal role, while Prince Christian has begun representing his family at more public events, a sign that both are being gradually prepared for their future responsibilities. If this whisper truly marks the beginning of something more, it could reshape the landscape of European royalty for a generation. Imagine a Spanish queen and a Danish king whose friendship began across borders and blossomed into love. For now, though, all we have is that unforgettable moment in Copenhagen, one whisper, one yes, and 1,000 possibilities. The fairy tale everyone needed. In a world often dominated by political headlines and public scrutiny, the idea of two young royals finding genuine connection feels refreshingly human. Maybe that's why Léonor's quiet whisper has captivated millions. It wasn't about power, protocol, or politics. It was about emotion. And sometimes, it's the smallest moments, the softest whispers, that echo the loudest through history. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. Europe will be watching. Because after that night in Copenhagen, no one doubts that something truly extraordinary has begun.